sight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Feeling sluggish? Quit dragging through your days. Ditch the cheap coffee and sugar-packed energy drinks for a Navy SEAL-proof source of energy. Cardomax Energy Intensifier, owned and operated by former Navy SEAL Sean Matson. Cardomax's Energy Intensifier has B3, B6, B12, caffeine, and BCAAs. That'll keep you dialed up to 10 throughout all your workouts, early mornings and long afternoons. Use the promo code Nooners to get 30% off your next 4 orders at Cardomax.com. Cardomax.com, helping you achieve your max. Welcome to the show, kids. It's Thursday. You know what that means?
Little Friday.
Little Friday.
One extra day to get drunk.
A little Friday. It's a little Friday.
Alcoholics Friday.
Now
That's a professionals Friday. It's Thursday.
Yeah, and for gamblers as well now with the NFL on Thursday night, because it's the worst game ever. Every single Thursday. This is no different. This is only for junkies and gamblers tonight, which obviously we are. So we will have money on the game tonight. I got a weird story I'd love to start off with, if you don't mind.
Please.
If you will allow me to regale you with a story of a man buying a suit. Okay?
Oh.
As you know, our house got flooded out, lost the first floor, lost our clothes.
Oh, that happened to us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you forget that already, or we...
I just move on from shit so quick. It's crazy. But yeah, okay. So you lost a suit. Okay.
So what happens is, the insurance will give you money to buy clothes and all that other stuff. Suits and dresses.
Used it for drugs.
Yeah, exactly. No, suits and dresses were probably at the end of it. Like my first purchases were like my shoes and like boxers and jeans and things like that, right? Suits were like way down the line of like, oh yeah, I forgot all those got ruined. So I had to go and buy this suit. Well, I go in there and it's been shit. It's been 1 week? No.
Nope.
It's been about, 12, 15 years since I've had to buy a new suit because it's just been the same size. So it didn't really matter, right?
Sure.
Didn't really think about it. And I haven't worn one, I don't think, in 2 years maybe? I don't know. Who knows, right?
Sure.
Go in there, and you're greeted by the people, and I forgot that whole process,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hi, sir, welcome, whatever. It's like, he's got a mask on, because we're in Austin, and the employees have to wear masks. The people don't, the humans don't, right?
You're like, I'm from Drip.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro. And he looks at me, and he goes, sir, is it okay if I shake your hand? I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm shaking hands, dude. And he goes, you don't care about the virus? You don't care about the thing?
Why would he need to shake your hand?
Totally, right? And so I go, so I asked him, and I go, yeah, held out his hand, I shook it, gave him a nice firm grip, and he looked me in the eyes, never broke eye contact, everything else, got the mask on, and he goes, God damn it, I miss it. Oh. He's like, I moved to this country, freedom, everything else, and he was from Italy. He goes, move to this country, freedom, everything else.
I thought he was.
I was gonna say I couldn't place it.
I wasn't getting
now
Italian,
I'm giving it to you.
right?
Now I'm giving it to you. Yeah. Whatever,
okay.
man. Whatever the fuck it is, dude.
It was a Russian, a little bit.
Half Russian, half Middle Eastern.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yeah. I thought it was Middle Eastern.
Could have been that as well.
Okay.
Could have been that as well.
No. And then
I was on a roll. And you just shut me down. I'm kidding.
No. We're just trying to participate in your story. I'm sorry. Okay, so the guy's like trying to pander to you, by the way.
No.
So he sees you don't wear
not.
a mask and he goes, okay, I'm going to get in this guy's.
He's not, because I'm dressed like a fucking hobo.
Yeah, but you're not wearing a mask.
I'm not wearing a mask, but I am dressed like a hobo. I'm not the type of guy who looks like he's just going to buy a suit, immediately pay for it in cash, and then leave, right?
Okay.
So he was kind of hesitant. And when I shook his hand and I did the whole thing, he goes, God damn it, I miss it, it's nice, and everybody else is so afraid, and the virus. And he starts going on, launching in about this, and he goes, I'm the type of guy, suit. You got to get in close. I got to measure you. I've got to get you inseam, and the whole fucking thing, starts going through it. And he goes, how am I supposed to get close to people who don't want to get close to everybody else? And I'm like, exactly, dude. And he goes, look at this. His sign on the wall. And he goes, you could buy a suit online. They would ship it to you. You would tell them how it fits, and then they would ship it back or whatever. And he goes,
who has the time?
That's what I said. And he goes, that's what people have been doing from COVID and everything else, whatever. There's not many suit shops anymore, right?
Sure.
And so, once the guard was down, he fucking suited me and booted me and all that other shit, right? No, almost got you on that one.
What is?
Oh.
What would? Okay.
Yeah, gave me some boots.
Gave you some boots, or I was trying to say, like, did he suit you and then kick you out, like booted you, suited you and then booted you
Both.
out? Or he
Both.
suited you and
He's got a bunch of suits to give, right? To people, because the guy after me was hilarious, by the way.
What do you want from me?
Yeah, what do you want from me? I'm Italian,
There you go. There you go.
So with that, we did the whole interaction and the thing, and it was very old school, where that's how it used to be.
Sure.
For as a kid. I remember when I got my first suit as a kid. Same thing. It was just like, stand still and do the thing and the thing. Oh, you look nice and lovely and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I missed that. I didn't know if that existed anymore. And it does, but I feel bad for this guy because clearly it does not exist in his world, and people treat him differently and everything else.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, he was just like, I genuinely appreciate you. And he goes, I'll give you the best thing, and I'll call you. And he goes, they tell me to say tomorrow nights, for you, handshake, I'll do in the morning. And I was like, great. 9:01. Place opened at 9. I get a fucking phone call from homeboy this morning, and he goes, sir, it's me. Your suit's ready. I know you're busy. Don't worry about it. I just want to let you know. Click. That was it. I was like, oh my God. I'm going to start weeping on the phone. I was like,
gosh. You know what it's those.
Can I hire you to do my life or everything? Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But he was just like, nobody wants to work anymore, all that other stuff,
Yeah. Every so often, I am surprised by someone like that will do what they say, work hard, and get it to you without needing to.
Yep.
Right?
No need.
But it is definitely a trait of Middle Eastern, Russian, Italians that they are. You know what I mean? They're on it like that.
Yeah.
Because the last interaction was very Russian, right? Oh, you don't worry about it. I got it for you, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
So he switches back and
Whatever,
forth
dude.
with this guy, which I love.
I don't even care.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got you.
He had a mask on. I don't know where. I don't know where. I don't even care. Shit got done and it was rad, and that was an old school suit experience. Like,
I love it.
Like, we went through his kids, our grandfathers, all the other shit. I miss shit like that. I was in and out of there.
You get a little drink or
no? He was like, you seem busy, and I'm like, I am actually. I'm very busy. And he goes, I'll get you in and out of here. I was in and out of there in like 15 minutes. Whole fucking thing, measured suits, the whole tailored, the whole fucking. And he's like,
man, I want people to go there now and
Same, but I was like, do you get commission for this? He was like, no.
Man, how crazy. No commission and still working like that.
Yeah. And he goes, no, nobody else will work. There was there was a black guy behind me with a white girlfriend. Mm-hmm. So white, I don't know that she has ever seen the sun in her entire life. Like, I've never seen a girl this white in my life.
I don't know anyone like that.
I don't either.
Rude.
Bob.
Rude? What? I didn't say it.
Hey, in all sincerity, Bob, she was whiter than you. Like,
Not possible.
It was possible.
There's no fucking way.
She was with this her black boyfriend, and it was really fucking funny because he had to go and help him.
Right.
And I was looking at some shoes and some other things and whatever, and I was just overhearing the conversation.
Right.
And the black guy goes, man. He's like, what do you think of the suit, sir? And he goes, I need more colors. And his white girlfriend was just like, motherfucker, how many more colors do you want? It's a suit.
Right.
You can't get purple, blue, checkered, everything else or whatever.
You can, though.
You can, yes.
Yeah.
And she was not happy about it whatsoever. They're bickering back and forth, and I was just like, tip of the cap, sir.
Right.
I went in, I was like, gray, boom, this, out of there in 15 minutes, and they're going to bicker over some checkered pattern that they probably haven't had since, I don't know, fucking Sinbad was around, so who knows.
You did gray, huh? Dark,
I did.
light?
I did a dark gray.
A dark gray.
I did a dark gray. Because we have to go to Kreger's wedding too, and that's
we get to
go to. Yes. But that snuck up on us. You know, I was just like, oh shit, with all this everything that's going on. I was like, oh yeah, fuck, I have to fly to Maryland.
Get to.
Yeah.
Okay, it's his wedding, right?
Well, look, you know my thoughts on weddings, even ours. We had 8 people there?
Oh yeah, you didn't want to be at ours.
No, you didn't either.
I mean, look. Of course I did. Of course I did.
We got married on the beach, and all you kept saying to me was, you were like, man, I can't wait until we can just get back into the hotel and order Domino's.
Yeah.
Which is what we did.
Yeah. That's when Domino's used to be good.
Domino's is still good.
I don't know.
Come on. When's the last time you had it?
I had it, well, I haven't had it out here yet, but the last time I had it in North Carolina, I was like, oh, was I don't know.
Maybe
was I being gaslit by Domino? I don't know.
Maybe got a bad batch.
Yeah,
Whatever.
maybe got a bad batch.
Whatever. I want to hop into this Howard Stern, Joe Rogan thing here. Man, it reminded me, so you and I were watching that Muhammad Ali doc last night when it got real sad towards the end, and he was getting the shit kicked out of him, and you were like, dude, I don't want to see my hero go out like that. Like, and literally every person that they interviewed was like, I did not want to see my hero go out like that. Like, they just don't know when to step away, right? That is what I feel today about Howard Stern.
Yeah.
And that saddens me to say that. Like, it does. I don't think any of us truly would be here without Howard Stern, including Joe Rogan. That was the first dude. And some other people will say Don Imus and shit like that. Like, yes, but like not to a level of Stern where it was just cool, right? He made this job cool. An on-air personality, cool. It was the first time that people weren't, you know, the morning zoo crew, you know? Wow! Oh, even then, he was probably responsible for it, but...
Yeah, well, I think more importantly, he was, you know, you had to be honest, authentic, and truthful on his show, or else he would fucking come for you, right? So that was the beginning of the podcast model, which is like, you name names, you talk normally, you're not trying to pitch anything, be fake. You have to be your real self and have a conversation with Howard Stern. Then there's sidekicks and there's like fun little things in between, but like that part of it really paved the way for podcasts to, I think, happen. Where
100%.
being your authentic self and not being like, hey, yeah, well, coming up with a fake story and like...
Yeah, and like, you know, the king of all media was his moniker. And, you know, look, he wrote a book, he had a movie, he did shows, all of the things that I do, right? Howard Stern did it. Like, he was the first one to do all of that shit. And I love him. He's still great at interviewing celebrities. And I'd say all time, you know, if Muhammad Ali is the greatest, if you want to forgive the end of his career, you can do the same with Howard Stern. And this is the fucking end of Howard Stern's career, in my opinion. This fucking bullshit with Joe Rogan. It is somebody who is so far out of touch. It's almost as if he lives in a basement. And wait, he does.
Oh, he does.
He does. So he lives if you don't know this, Howard Stern has been living in the basement of his Hamptons house, doing his show out of there for only, I think he's only contracted for 185 days out of the year, which is fucking insane when you're making $100 million a year, which is what he's making, because he was paranoid of COVID. Now, in the last few days, he's gone on these rants of fuck you, fuck your freedom if you don't get vaccinated. I'm tired of you taking up my hospitals or whatever in case I have a heart attack or something and I'm not going to be able to get in there. And then today he went after Joe Rogan. And my thoughts on this are one, he's 69 years old, okay?
Right.
The coolness of Howard Stern and the fun factor is over. It especially is over when all the things you used to do and rail about, now you've become. Like, he's become the far left. He's become the rich guy who's eccentric, the rich eccentric guy who has locked himself in the fucking basement of a house because he's paranoid about a disease that he already has a vaccination for. And this is what I can't wrap my mind around with all of these fucking people who are bitching Biden and all these guys just get in your face. You got to get the vaccine. You got to get the vaccine. It's like it's like somebody holding a gun to your head, you know? If you're with somebody who's unvaccinated, why? If you are vaccinated, like Howard Stern, Howard, if you're vaccinated, why are you, because he said today that he was afraid to come out of his house. He wanted to go outside and take pictures again. And he wanted to go outside and do something else that was fucking super random where you're just like, huh? Mm-hmm. It's like the boring part of Ferris Bueller Day Off when they go to the art museum and you're like, yeah, all right, cool, man. But like, let's go to the baseball game and like you lead in a parade and shit, right?
Yeah.
Why is that stopping you from doing anything? You have the vaccination, right? You should be fine unless you're worried that the vaccination doesn't work. Now, if you are, which is what it sounds like to me, then why the fuck are you telling guys like Joe Rogan and everybody else to go out and get vaccinated if clearly you do not feel safe with the vaccination? I don't understand. If you're vaccinated, you should be walking around fucking snorting ants off the goddamn street and licking fucking grocery cart handles because you're vaccinated. What else is going to happen to you if the vaccination is so great? What are you worried about? What is anybody worried about? And I've had this conversation numerous times. Let's say you have COVID and you have like we did. I had COVID fucking day one, opening day of COVID. I had it. Woo! Pew! One of those things where, hey man, I think this disease is on the news. Oh shit, I think I have that. And I did, right? I have the natural antibodies or whatever. And it's like, great. After that, I felt invincible. I was just like, oh, fuck it. I had it. So I can just walk around and do whatever the fuck I want in life. I don't really give a shit. Why don't you feel the same way with the vaccination? What's going to happen? If it's great and it's safe and everything else, why can't you go out of your house? Shouldn't you be worried about other people or like, what is it? I can't really wrap my mind around this idea of everybody's gotta, why? Let them, like Rogan was like, fuck them, fuck their freedom, or not Rogan, Stern, fuck them, fuck their freedom, let them die or whatever. Great. Let them all die. If you think they're so dumb, let them all die. If you think they're all going to die let them all die. What do you give a shit? Like, I don't understand that at all. And I need some help here and clarification. Am I losing my fucking mind? Because when I hear shit like this, it's like, oh, you're preventing my freedoms from doing anything. You have the vaccination. Go out and do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Unless you're worried it doesn't work. That's the only thing that I can,
against the Delta, the Mu, the Gamma. That's the thing.
So how many more?
Even though they got the vaccine, there's still fear everywhere. There's still saying that there's, as soon as everyone got it, not everyone, but as soon as people got it, they said, oh, wait.
Right.
Now there's this. And it's the fault of the people that didn't get vaccinated. So he's just in his basement, like, watching the news. That's all.
Who fucking cares? Like,
that's what I'm saying is, but
even if you're watching the news, right? Or you love Biden and you love all the shit, you love all of it, right? Go out and get vaccinated, go get vaccinated. And then you did it. Mm-hmm. You still don't feel safe anymore. I don't know what else to do for you, Howard Stern. You can go after everybody you want who's not vaccinated, but you have the vaccination. And if you're telling anybody else to get it, what does that say to everybody else who doesn't have it? To me, let's say I was a fucking gigantic Howard Stern fan now, which, look, I haven't been for years now at this point, just because he's fucking old and out of touch. And he's not funny anymore. Like, it's just, he's great interviewers. Like, he's great with interviews, but he's the rest of the shit is now gone. But let's say I was a huge Howard Stern fan and I'm listening to him every day and I'm listening to him talk about vaccinations and why you should do it and everything else. Mm-hmm. My biggest question would be to him, why don't you leave your house? You're vaccinated. What are you worried about? Like, if you're telling me to get it, why can't you go anywhere? And what the fuck? Like, then I would be worried.
Right.
So I don't understand any, we went out to Rogan for the horse dewormer and, what is it? Ivermectin. Yeah. Ivermectin. And it's like, look, there is other uses of ivermectin besides animals. There is for humans. It did win a Nobel Prize in 2015 for what it does.
Yeah, I know.
I think the difference is that, or on that specific thing, is that people were taking veterinary ivermectin off over the counter.
Right.
Like it's
Instead
not
of
the medicine itself. It's like all they could get was the dog or horse,
Right.
whatever.
Sure.
Right.
But here's my thing with
Which, by
even
the way,
that.
it's the same.
Right.
Not to brag, but my
Humble brag.
my mom was a veterinarian, and she used to give us pet antibiotics.
Yeah, they were just
Because
getting
it's the
medicine
same.
with dogs on the
Right.
or a horse on the box.
Exactly.
So with that, like it's somebody else's shit, somebody else's body, somebody else's choice. Like for Rogan, like let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and he had COVID, so let him do whatever he wants to do. Why are you fucking railing on Joe Rogan? The only possibility here is like maybe he's pissed that Rogan is the guy, and
Right.
I don't understand what's wrong with admitting that too. Like
Yeah, it'd be a lot cooler to go out in like a
Carson way, just leave.
But go out and
just
like,
leave.
look, a changing of the guard. It
Yes,
happens.
it happens.
I'm older. I'm
Rogan is-
scared to
yes.
leave my house. And it is what it is, whether it's a legitimate fear or not. But that's what it is, right?
Right.
So you can't exactly have a successful, in my opinion, successful radio show, right? The way that he used to do it while in your basement. So look, it's just kind of like, look, I'm not the same person I was. I'm not wearing assless chaps and, farting
Right.
fire or whatever. So I'm letting it go and
so,
Godspeed.
because his exact quote was, "We have no time for idiots in this country anymore," and he remains unimpressed with Joe Rogan and incensed would probably be the better word here. But yeah, what did he say? He said those who don't get vaccinated, he deemed them as shitheads, which is fine. Like that's classic Stern or whatever.
Yeah.
But all I said was everyone should get the vaccine. It should be mandatory. This brought down a slew of publicity like I've never seen before. It was mind-blowing. We're trapped in a country with imbeciles, he says. Guess what? When we get COVID, we don't end up in hospitals, so we don't overload hospitals. So what did I say? We have no time for idiots in this country anymore. And then he went on to say, fuck your freedom, and all this other shit. And it's like, what are you worried about?
I just think there should be an age limit for social media of any kind.
Or talking. Like, look, you and I have discussed this numerous times. Like, there's an exit strategy of like 15 years of like, hey, dude, because you probably won't be cool and relevant enough anymore or whatever. Right now, and again, maybe it is the changing of the guard. Like, I think it is, but I thought it happened years ago. Like, Rogan is the guy. And even as we sit here today, with as big as Drinking Bros is and all this shit is, we're nowhere near close to Rogan. Like, nowhere near it. He's nowhere near, Stern is nowhere near Rogan right now. Like,
And here's the thing. Here's the other thing I want to say. Howard Stern said way back in the day when he said about doing radio, you have to have an opinion, good or bad.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will be boring.
yeah.
So fucking Rogan is just doing what you fucking always said
Yes.
throughout the years.
Correct.
Your biggest advice to anyone going into radio or podcast, I'll just say it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Is that. And I take that. I'm like, look, whether people like it or hate it, if you don't have an opinion of some type and
Yep.
you're trying to make sure that everybody likes you, you're boring and annoying.
And we know that because we've had shows in the past that I've worked for or on or with that the
Yes.
people were trying to appease everyone by staying in the middle.
Have an opinion.
Yes, and nobody wanted to listen or watch or whatever the case may be. And look, with Stern at this point, I know he just signed that deal, so he's on the hook for 5 years. Is it a 3 or 5 year deal, Bob? For
But I don't know if
serious,
he
I think it's
just
$100 million a
signed
year.
it
He
either.
did.
Oh, okay.
He did because it was right after the Rogan deal, and they were wondering if Spotify was going to hire Stern.
In December, he signed a $500 million deal.
For 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're looking at, he'll be on air. He's contractually obligated to be on air until he's 74 years old. That's
But
when
I
you're
will
getting
say
to Don Imus territory where
Exactly.
that old
And
fucking
so will-
kook.
And by the way, so will Joe Rogan. But I have to say, he's getting up there.
Who?
Joe Rogan's going to be that age
Well,
before we know it, right?
In 17 years, he's got a while.
He's got a while. But, but I will say I followed the Rogan model, which is like he is not on social media at all. He does his thing.
No.
He does his work. The only time you can really hear his opinions on something is on the show, as opposed to like Twitter. And he does a post and ghost thing on Instagram, but it's nothing.
Well,
it's like he just posts a picture and doesn't.
And here's
comment.
the thing: I'm a Joe Rogan fan, and his Instagram. I follow him on Instagram. It's boring. It's just steak.
Because
it's just like cut up steak.
He doesn't do it.
And exactly. Well, when he does, it's just pictures of meat. Which is fine.
Because that's not where he makes his money. That's not where people can
get
a hold of him or interact.
100%.
You want to know what Rogan thinks about something, feels about something, is doing in his life.
Right.
You listen to his show.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I like that.
Same.
I follow that model.
Same.
I do, because then, honestly, it makes like, whatever the saying is, like, it's better to be thought a fool. It's better to say nothing and be thought a fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt, right? So like if you're just not saying anything, no one can really say if you're if you're an idiot, if you're old, if you're out of touch, if you're not saying anything. So it's this idea that Stern is showing his ass, where it's like, we know you're fucking old, but we were trying to believe that you were still like this cool old guy, mysterious, like whatever.
Yeah.
And when you talk too much, you will show how stupid you are, which is what I'm doing right now.
No, it's fine. But look, on the flip side of this, because you can have money and you can be super rich and have a fucking sweet opinion. You just have to change. So like Dave Portnoy is the perfect example, right? As soon as he got those fucking deals, instead of shying away from it, when they got the $136 million from Penn, he went the opposite.
Yep.
He said, hey, dude, I worked my ass off. Fuck everybody. Now I'm rich as shit, and I'm going to show you all the cool, rich shit I do. Therefore, Portnoy, to me, Dave Portnoy, is the same way, where it's like, I will always respect that, where it's like, you're not trying to hide that you have money. You're not trying to be like, oh no, I'm just like all of you guys. And the same thing would happen with us. Like, let's say our seltzer blows up, Hard AF Seltzer, and it explodes. We sell it for $1 gajillion. You'll be the first ones that I tell. And I will tell you how fucking rich I am probably every day. And the stories will be hilarious because I'll be doing the dumbest shit of all time with the money.
I think we're going to recreate shot for shot the Jay-Z and Beyonce perfume or cologne commercial.
Yes, with the
Shot
diamonds.
For shot.
I want those diamonds and all that other shit.
The private jet.
Yep.
The piano scene.
Looking out the window of the
fancy
mansion
dinner,
over the thing, and then
Everything.
you pulling up in a limo and all
Everything.
that. All of that we're gonna do. I want to do a shot for shot remake of Schindler's List. Okay, that's something else that I want to do.
Yeah.
With dogs. Because dogs are racist too, and I want that out there. Like, there was dogs in Germany at the time who were super fucking Nazi. So I want a shot-for-shot remake of Schindler. Black and white, obviously, with dogs. And I'm going to do that because that's going to be costly. If you've never worked with a dog, my God, dude. Imagine thousands of them.
We're going to remake Clifford. You're going to be the Martin Short character playing a 10-year-old.
Sure.
We're not going to make any mention of it. Do it totally serious.
Dumb shit like that. So there is a what I'm trying to say. There is a delicate balance of how to handle it, richness and all that other shit. Like for Stern, he was the dude in New York. Like I was there, like he was the dude of like, I work in the city every day. I go and fucking interview people. I knew he lived on the Upper East Side, and that's fine. I didn't give a shit about that. He was still going into work, talking to fucking construction workers on the way down. Like he was that guy.
Sure.
Now he's in his basement in the Hamptons talking about his love for a guy who ran from his basement. Like it's just, all of it seems so very un-Howard Sternish that you're like, how do you not see it is what I don't understand.
It catches up to all of us. And I think the Ali doc was a perfect, parallel where it's like, it always will catch up to you. You cannot fight it. You will always, like, Father Time, not being cool anymore, unless you're Keith Richards. Like, it will catch up to you.
Oh, yeah.
And you will not be cool at a certain point. And no matter how hard you try, it will even make you more uncool the harder you try.
Yeah.
So it all, just at that point, stay in the basement, stay off social media because you're just showing everyone how uncool you are.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it sucks, man, because look, I love Howard Stern, man, but he's just old and out of touch, and I've moved on. So when I read shit like this, I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to see a fucking hero go out. Like, just disappear. He should have just disappeared. When the pandemic broke out, knowing how fearful he is and a germaphobe of all of this shit, that's when he just should have said, hey, I'm going to hang this up now.
Yeah, and even say that.
Yeah.
Like, say that.
Yeah, or just say, hey, I'm going to retire gracefully or whatever, or just die like Kenny Rogers did, you know? Right before, like, Rogers! Oh. I'm still not over that. I'm still not over Kenny Rogers' death, but just die then, you know? Like, you're fine. Like, it's he's 69. Great age to die.
Yes. You did like what everyone did at the Emmys just now.
Rogers!
Remember when everyone was just yelling into the fucking mic?
Oh, yeah.
And like peeking it? I was like, do you know, you guys are actors. Like, do you not know how mics work? Like,
no, because they didn't. I will say this, that whole production was so shitty. I guarantee you there was no rehearsal, mic checks, any of it. It was just
talking like this and they do just what you did.
Yeah.
And just yell into it. And I was like, oh, God.
Why wouldn't you expect that?
Yeah.
I guess.
Just a fucking actor.
Yeah, dude.
I know. It's not like they ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right? It's always on them. And then the sound guy is always the one that's like
Yeah.
adjusting the levels for them. You never
Take
know.
off your necklace. It's no good for sound. It's no good for sound.
The sound guy fixes it, and they're like, "Don't fucking touch me," and then they get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they've never had to like know what modulating. All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You're welcome. Late last night, because I'm up super late, because I just don't sleep, there was a fucking post, and I want to ask you if this is real or fake. The guy, what was his name? Who's the dude that Brian Laundrie? Is it Landry or Laundrie? What are we going with here?
I think Laundrie.
Laundrie? Laundrie.
Yeah.
There was a post last night on Pinterest that he allegedly made. Can you pull this up? It's super fucking weird. And everybody was talking about it late last night because her account does follow this account on Pinterest. Gabby's.
Okay.
Does follow this account on Pinterest, and everybody's trying to decipher whether or not this was real last night. And it was super late, and I was like,
wait,
there it is right there.
So what?
So put that full screen. There you go. So I'm just going to read this here. It says, the opposite of lost. Don't try to find me. I have finally escaped my masters, in quotes, wicked cultures. To the others, I say, join me, bite the hand that feeds you. Viva la liberté, maybe, who knows? Pierre. Pretty words, beautiful words, the opposite of lost. Now, Bob, keep that picture up, okay? Do you see that there's a beagle face in the middle of this in the clouds?
There is something there.
It's a dog. It's a dog face. It's a beagle. It's a miniature beagle's face in the middle of the clouds. I know because I used to have this exact fucking dog. So, yeah, it's right there. Just circle it around for the audience there. Make it like Highlights Magazine. Find the dog head in the clouds.
I see it.
Here's another
What's
dentist
going on?
office.
We see it. What's up?
Nose.
Everybody's trying to figure out what this is, if he actually posted this, why, what the meaning is of the dog in the clouds, what the meaning of this fucking quote is. Last night.
I'm really confused. Okay, so
on
it was
Pinterest.
by him?
That's what they're saying. So this is what was going on Reddit last night, and everybody was like, "Hey!" And now the police are trying to find out if this account
Pinterest?
exactly.
It's the
But
last place.
so that's what I wanted to ask you about, right? All those social media apps, Instagram, Facebook, all that other shit, track the fuck out of you. They know where you are. Mm-hmm. Pinterest might be the only one where they don't do that, where it's just like, oh yeah, well, it's Pinterest. You're just putting up things. Was that part of it? And people are asking that question too, where it was like, why Pinterest? Well, Facebook tracks you and Instagram tracks you. Twitter like Pinterest though, could you just pop something up in a field and then no one would know? I don't know the answer to that.
I would have went with Cyberdust.
So what's Cyberdust?
That was Mark Cuban's Snapchat answer.
Oh, was it really? How'd that work out?
It failed. Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't
Is
think
there any
he's
word?
posting anything.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: is there any word that this is real today? Because this was late last night, and the police were trying to figure it out. Everybody was trying to figure it out online. Bob, check and see what they're saying about it
more
today.
on the case than I am
Yeah,
because he's just a schizophrenic that killed her. But anyway,
Yeah, here's what I'll find out if it's real or not. But as far as the what does it mean thing, I don't know. What did it mean when Charles Manson carved a swastika into his forehead?
Well, I mean,
exactly right.
There's
it
no
was
meaning
a
to
white
it.
the
supremacist.
more important thing that is coming out is that like her description of like more things that are coming out, his description of like what fights would be like, what nights would be like when she was like complaining to her friends that he would just kind of go crazy and hear voices and have like weird little moments, and she would just try and deal with it, make sure he didn't get mad. And so, I mean, I think he had a psychotic break, right? I think the cops could have maybe helped her, but she was so scared of him. She was very manipulated by him, and he got away with it. I mean, he was the like, I watched that whole body cam footage. It's quite long, but I watched the whole body cam of when they actually got stopped by the cops because people were saying they were beating each other up.
Right.
By the way, this wasn't posted last night. It was posted last month.
It was posted last month.
I think people just finally like they already poured through all his other social media,
Yeah,
so
so
then
they're
they
kind of
found
like
his Pinterest now.
And this is the whole thing with this is trying to make life exciting, right? So
Yeah.
these people
Right.
are going on and trying to
Yeah,
be sleuths.
Yeah.
And I always think like, how pissed are detectives at this fucking bullshit?
Do you know what
sometimes?
it's a perfect example of, and why I think this one thing did really well, but it's what followed it did not? The first season of True Detective, you thought, is this supernatural? Is this what's
Yeah.
Right.
And it was just a creepy painter murdering kids.
Exactly right. And we're just like, oh, it was just like super simple.
Spoiler
but we made
alert,
it
Bob.
Like, we
Yeah.
had to make it like so
Yeah,
much
it's all-
more
yeah.
fun, right? Exactly. That's exactly what this is. It's like, it's a crazy dude that was manipulating and abusing his girlfriend. She was too scared, too sweet. She was tried to get away a couple times. She couldn't.
Right.
They took their horrible relationship and took it to a van.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tiny van.
That's where you need to
with a
that's where
dirty
you need to
psycho
go.
and a clean, cute white girl.
Yeah.
And we're not like we're surprised that one of them got killed. Like
MC Cal CM here in the chat is saying the account is linked to Gabby's and Brian's mom. So
and like they're also like looking into like the mom's involvement and all of this. But again, that makes it fun. What the real story is just not fun, right?
right.
It's just like a crazy guy that killed his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Boo. Give me more.
What was the
Yeah.
last one that everybody was trying to figure out on Reddit that fucked everything up? The Boston Marathon guys?
Yeah, the Reddit sleuths tried to find them and like sent the cops to the wrong house.
That's right.
that's right.
We were doing that
Yeah.
in like real time, remember?
I don't remember actually. I
At the
think-
apartment in
yeah,
LA?
I think it was 2014, 13, something like yeah, whatever it was.
Boston
I was
bombing?
watching it in real time. I was watching it happen in real time.
Yeah, I was in college.
Yeah, because I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but I remember
It wasn't 13, 14.
Yeah, it was.
By the way. It was?
Yeah.
It was like
The Boston
12 or
bombers?
13.
yeah, 12 or 13, whatever it was.
12 maybe.
Yeah.
And,
Either way, I was watching it in real time, and I was like, that. Now, okay, if you want to get into exciting shit, the footage of that shit in real time of him hiding in that fucking boat, remember, in the backyard, and they were shooting each other up, and there was a fucking car chase and all that other crazy shit. Like, that was the craziest, like, real time shit that I had seen, and I was locked in. I mean, I was up until that bitch ended, so they got him out of the goddamn boat.
Right.
So that shit was fun.
Yeah.
That was real fun. This, I think you're right. People are just trying to make it fun and flirty, but I'm
So
I'm
that's
with you. It's
why
probably
I
a
say-
psychotic
That's
break.
why I said in the beginning, like, it just didn't do it for me because it was fairly cut and dry, right?
Plus, the Boston bomber was hot.
No,
That's
no.
what people were saying. That he was. Remember, he was on Rolling
Joe-
Stone.
Joe
and then-
Kazar- yeah,
Rolling
they put him on the
Stone,
cover of
that
Rolling
shit
Stone, yeah.
was crazy.
Like he was fucking Jim Morrison. Pff.
I was more of a fan of all the guys that posted his videos of him getting wrecked in high school wrestling.
Oh yeah. Because he was so tiny, such a fucking gimp. Now
could
he's
anyone-
locked away in some max security. There it is.
How could anyone this hot murder children?
I know. Look at that.
This was a great year for Rolling Stone. They did this and the Virginia
rape story
was
within not so
12 months
far
or
after.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
made up they completely made up a person.
Yeah, they made up a person. Yeah, this was the downfall of Rolling Stone.
They were hitting 500-foot bombs just week after week.
yeah, just jumping sharks.
Jay-Z's
over and over.
Magna Carta is on the cover of that. My God, man, that was the last good Jay-Z album. Right?
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago. Shit. God damn it, dude. The sexy bomber. Well, hopefully somebody else finds him sexy in prison.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's kind of interesting that he's still on the run, right? Like that.
Though that he's made it this far?
That's kind of fun. Well,
you don't think he's offed himself?
Nope.
No, Bob, what did we find out this morning?
So apparently this isn't the first time he's had to disappear into the wilderness. A couple years ago, he kind of voluntarily just lived off the land in deep Appalachia.
Oh, shit. I
Could
know.
have foreseen this kid
I
might
know.
be a problem.
He's so fucking normal.
I love it. I love it. Go full Christopher McCandless. You have to applaud his fucking skills, though, survival skills to stay alive.
Well, that's kind of what they're saying. Like, dang, he's still
Oh, yeah.
on the run.
I'm hoping he eats the wrong batch of berries.
Same.
Something, right?
They
find him in that bus.
They think they saw him on a deer stand not that long ago.
That's
or a
right.
Oh,
deer
yeah.
cam.
I saw that footage, where he
Yeah.
was rolling through. He was like 500 miles away. My God, man, that guy makes up some time.
But he's in Florida, so what you really hope for is death by python.
Or
something.
gator.
20 footer.
Gator.
I think python. A 20-footer just squeezes the life out of him.
But a python's going to swallow him up and shit him out, too. Like, I want to.
Oh, so after they choke you, then they eat you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd like to
Yeah.
see his legs bitten off by gators, and then he's got to kind of bleed out from his stumps. Like that, I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, if we're just talking out loud about
What-
our dream
hopes-
death,
hopes
our
and
hopes and dreams for his
for
death.
Laundrie?
I'm not rooting for berries. That's for sure.
Me neither. It's too
God, too easy.
too easy.
Or there's a bunch of monkeys with herpes in the Everglades. Maybe they rip him apart.
Yeah, I think
Well, they fuck
Delco
him,
Dan. Yeah,
and then he gets
Yeah.
maybe some kind of like animal AIDS. They fuck him,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
you-
dies
you
of
wanna see-
but
exposure.
that's going to take a long time.
You want to see an animal rape is what you want to see.
I just think,
I think Delco Dan said berries
he's
because
got
of
meant-
Crohn's, and for you that would probably be death.
no, he said it
would be
because of
terrifying.
what's his name?
Into the wild.
Yeah, I said
Into
it
the
because of the end of the
wild.
wild.
Into the
guy.
wild, but
Yeah.
I think for you too, that's what you identified with it. Where like with
Oh,
Crohn's,
where it would be like the worst.
and you're
death.
in the fucking woods with poisonous berries.
And it's
Shit
the
my
only
brains
thing you
out.
can eat.
But he would be into that in a way because he'd be like, "Oh no, I'm poisoned. It's like that guy in the bus. The earth is taking me back."
Yeah.
Yeah.
If nature kills you with an animal, you're not like, like,
Yeah.
like you want to die. Like
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
end it. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a big hard sun beating on the big people.
Any mention of Into the Wild, he's going to do that
I
song.
love it, dude. I love that song. I love that whole
Oh,
fucking
I know,
soundtrack.
me too. Who doesn't?
Like,
it's amazing.
We watched the doc the other night, and they just used half. The P Brews doc, Bunky Brewster.
God damn it.
Yeah, P Brews. She used half that soundtrack in her fucking doc, and I was
really
like,
did.
"Hey, dude."
It was very basic.
I was like, "Hey,
was super
I don't know how she
basic.
got the rights."
Super basic.
Eddie
of her.
Vedder
I
wrote
bet
that
they-
specifically
I bet
for-
She fucked him. How did she get anything else in her life?
Just
She
being
fucked
hot,
him.
just being hot, and
She
having
fucked him.
huge tits, man. P Brews, dude. Yeah, she used half that soundtrack for that movie, and I was just like,
I know.
That's weird.
I know.
Do you call what like, or is that movie over now? And you're like, well, movies are dead. Speaking of which, movies being dead, Yahtzee is about to go on strike, which is the union for literally everything behind the camera. They've just passed the second vote, so there could be a colossal shutdown in Hollywood coming, and it could be just us again, James.
What's their gripe?
The gripe is this: they're not getting paid by the streaming services because the contracts are entirely different. And this, by the way, Yahtzee goes down to like editors and all the other shit, right? Well, there's an editors union too, but
Do they get
Let's just say
residuals?
it's the ugly union.
yeah, it's the ugly.
There's
union.
the
Yeah.
hot union and there's the ugly.
And there's the
union.
ugly
Sure,
union, yeah. So it's not
sure.
SAG, it's not Screen Actors Guild.
Right.
It's the dirty people behind the camera.
Yeah.
Who have to carry everything.
Yeah.
Drive.
So that's what I'm saying. What's your gripe? Do they get residuals too? Is that what the deal is?
No, they're supposed to get a higher pay, and so what happened was back in the day, because I went through this with Screen Actors Guild, so I can tell you exactly what happened on this one. everyone in Hollywood refused. They're so dumb out there. They're so fucking stupid that they refused to believe that streaming was going to be a thing, right? So in all of these contracts, when they were negotiating first with the writers, there was a huge writer's strike that lasted 9 or 10 months. Best season of Conan O'Brien of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I think some really good stuff came out of the
just
writers.
him. Just him.
I
No,
think
everybody else cratered.
Well, we got reality TV.
That's where that was born
So
from.
thank
You were
you.
correct. Well, for you, yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
What do you mean? That's a good thing.
But if you look back at it, writers essentially, by striking and doing all that shit, cost themselves millions and millions of jobs and dollars. Dumb. They're all fucking dumb, right? And then the actors were right afterwards, right? And so they were afraid that they were going to go on a 10-month strike and they would be out of work and everybody was out of work. So they all just signed these shitty deals. Well, in those shitty deals was the Big Four. Well, if it's on the Big Four, you're making money, you know? If it's on HBO, you're making money, you're good, and everything else, right? But it had to be a part of cable. Had to be a part of cable television. Well, the streaming was the last fucking paragraph down there, way, way at the bottom in tiny words. And it was like, we'll take 5 cents a stream all the way around, including like my residuals fucking suck for movies now because it's just you're getting streamed a million different places and they don't pay dick. It's because my union negotiated a horrific deal for that, right? Well, because all the other unions did it, now you're down to IATSE, the guys that actually work behind the camera and everything else. Well, since Netflix and HBO is now streaming and everyone else, you're not going to theaters and everything. And so they're like, hey, so, we can't really afford to do this because, we're not going to make a lot of money in the box office. It's just going to go streaming and blah, 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 blah. So we have to pay you less, okay? Because we're not making money in the box office, so we have to pay you less. And they're saying, fuck you. I don't want to be paid less. Like,
but
you're spending $80 million on the projects. We don't know what you're making because we don't get to see your numbers. There is no box office anymore, so we don't get to see that shit. Therefore, I want to be paid the same as if I'm doing a movie for theaters because you're spending the same amount of money. And Netflix and all these other guys are saying, nah, fuck off.
Yeah, because the problem with anyone in that industry from top to bottom, not exactly top, but maybe like second level to bottom, is that you're just replaceable. So striking is futile.
Because nobody cares.
There's a whole line and row of people from
And so for me personally,
Minnesota just waiting to
I worked,
take your job.
Out of the 30 fucking movies I did, right? I think 15 of them were union, hardcore union. The others were not. So when I opened up my production company and was producing and directing all that shit, I would purposely not hire union workers because I couldn't film an independent movie without those assholes. If you got like 30 seconds over and it's double time and you might fucking double time. And it was like, dude, you just sat in a truck all day. You haven't moved from the truck all day. You just sat there and drove a van, maybe 30, 40 yards. And that was kind of it all day. And then you ate some craft service and now you want double time and all that other shit. IATSE made independent filmmaking impossible. So for me personally, I don't fucking care. Because it's exactly like you said. There's a million other people who would love to do those jobs, and now they're probably going to come in and do them. Now, what IATSE is going to do, and what they always do is, and same with every other fucking union, they'll show up at these movie sets and then try to fuck them up. So I went through this strike, or 2000s at some point. They'll just show up, start honking horns, yell at people you're crossing the picket line. And it's like, none of these people were even on the line before, so they weren't really all that other shit. But if you see a colossal shutdown in Hollywood with union workers in particular, you're not getting Ozark for probably another 3 years, my man, because they're not going to do it. With these big productions, well, for whatever reason, they'll refuse to work without union people. So you could see a big fucking shutdown coming. You might not see some of your favorite shit for a long time. Were you union guy at all?
Am I a union guy?
Were you ever in the
Someone
past?
from the Northeast?
Yeah.
My dad is.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
What's his sitch with that? Does he like it or not?
It's kind of necessary for
Yeah,
his
it's
job.
not in a bullshit
I mean, he
industry,
does
though.
blue collar bullshit. So
Yeah. Those unions are actually like
Some.
makes sense.
I've
He
heard
works for the
mixed.
same company since he was 18. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard mixed with it, where it's
he's
just
a
like
waterman.
Yeah.
And his father before him was a waterman.
Waterman. Yeah.
And that was my mom's goal, was like, just don't be a third generation waterman. and I exceeded it. So I'm playing with house money right now.
You really are.
Yeah. You've really succeeded, Dan.
Congratulations, Dan. You've
Look
really
at you.
succeeded.
Look at you. You're
You've
driving
made it
to
in this world.
what? Nashville,
Tennessee tomorrow.
Lastro
truck.
Lopez.
Yeah.
5
Man
in the
with a mullet.
morning.
For,
What?
for free because a union man didn't negotiate it for me.
Exactly. Exactly. But you
Free
are
overnight.
doing awesome.
Well, I look at it this way. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be in the studio.
Yeah, he'll be happy
Now,
with
there,
that.
a couple years ago when we were at TFM, it never came to us because nobody liked us from the people that would be doing this sort of thing. But that was when the writers for like the screenwriters union or the writers union, but it's really just like screenwriters and shit like that. They started to come more and more into the blogosphere.
Ah,
Okay,
They started
yeah,
signing like The Ringer is a part of the
Yes,
Writers
yes.
Guild West and all this other stuff.
Yes.
And like Vice was a big one that joined, and like I think.
I always found it funny because BuzzFeed tried to do it and then they just laid off like half
Right.
their employees.
Everyone.
And I was just
Yeah.
21 reasons why you're not showing up to work Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, it takes skill to be on a TV show, like a staff writer on like a TV show or
Yes.
something like that, or certainly to write a film. It does not. I mean, you are a monkey if you're
That's
doing
what I'm
most blog work.
Yeah.
Saying,
it's super easy. I
to
mean, we did it, so-
unionize that bullshit.
Yeah.
Sean's walking out. Are you fucking union?
Yeah, he's union.
Are you really?
No, he's a
No,
scab.
He's a scab.
He's taking-
scab.
Yeah,
Scab.
scab,
Scab. Scab.
scab.
Scab.
He gets a 15-minute smoke break every hour.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of the deal.
They've put him
It's
on
part of the deal.
schedule.
And in all sincerity, there was a deal. We always talk about like financing and funding and stuff like that. There was a deal on the table from a big media conglomerate, and they wanted to. That was part of the deal. Was, hey man, we'll buy. Was it 25% of the company? But we had to be union, work with union workers and all that other shit. And I was like, oh, no, we're not doing that. Because that would suck.
Yeah, we don't even have an HR department.
No. And they wanted to put us on a schedule of like, hey, dude, you have to start at noon sharp. And it was like, hey,
Yeah.
when we say nooners, that means
You know what?
that is
you know
noonish
who
we're
you
starting.
are.
Yeah.
And like, look, the only way to start, like, as far as a startup, a successful company is to abuse your workers. And you can't do that if they're union.
Actually, you guys make pretty good money. And we have health benefits. I don't know if I should be saying that on air. I think I'm not allowed to, but
Well,
whatever.
but we do, I mean, it is
Yeah.
a lot of work and last minute you're staying all night or whatever, right?
Occasionally, yeah.
But if it was a union thing, like,
Yeah.
not to get any
Whatever.
ideas, but what?
Whatever.
Exactly.
Like, who cares? Like,
Who fucking cares?
there's like a lot of jobs where a union makes sense, but this is not one.
Right?
I agree. And so when they came to me, I was like, no, man. No lie. They were like, hey, so like for real, you're going to have to start that show at noon sharp and be off air at 1. And I was like, no, what if we're late?
Yeah.
I don't know what's
I mean, there
fucking
was a
happening
couple
that day.
movies that I was in independent wise that like would not have been finished
No.
if
yeah.
if we couldn't abuse actors, crew. Not by abuse, I mean, like,
yeah.
just get it done. Like, we do what we have to do to get it fucking done. If you're union, you don't do that,
Yeah.
right?
Is this a bad time to mention that me and Dan have been talking?
are getting
No, I would never.
signatures.
I would never.
Are getting signatures for your union, and good for you, Giorgio.
I will say there are definitely some downsides, though, to being a right-to-work state. Obviously, Kylie, my girlfriend, she just moved jobs, but she put in her 2 weeks. They responded with, oh, you actually have to give us a month in advance. And she's like, all right, fine, I'll do that. Kind of worked everything out. They found somebody new. They're like, oh, we don't need you now. So now she doesn't get paid for 2 weeks until she
It's
switches.
true.
That's
It is.
fun.
There is a lot of
Yeah.
tit for tat, revenge type stuff in those situations for sure.
So shouts to U.S. Dermatology. Go ahead and leave them a 1-star rating.
I would love to.
Is it here in
I would
Austin,
love
Texas?
to.
Yeah, I mean, they're nationwide. They're corporate. They're super
Oh,
corporate. So
U.S. Dermatology?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead and leave them a 1-star.
Dan
Yep.
is now drunk with power. He's
Yeah.
seeking the mob on them. I like this.
I like it
really
too.
like it.
I like it too. I don't give a shit. If somebody sucks, they fucking suck.
Yeah.
James, do we have a crime corner today?
We have a frowned upon corner.
Whoa! Can we still play the music?
Sure.
All right, great. God damn it, that hits hard. That hits different, doesn't it, James?
It really does.
Crime corner. Frowned upon corner.
Okay, so again, this isn't exactly crime corner. It's more frowned upon corner. And it just ties in because since we started Little League, like, I feel like we have been there at the field.
Every day.
Every day.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's like a real part of our lives now, which I didn't know was going to be a thing, but here we go. So in San Mateo, California, a chant at a Little League baseball game in San Mateo for a Chinese player to hit the ball to China is promoting a discussion about race and social justice and how to make our community more inclusive. Now, look, we've been there, right? Like we've been there on the field. The kids are not. I mean, how many times are we straight up yelling at little kids like, "Stop! No! Go! Get it! Move!" Right?
Can you pull that up, Bob, just so the people know that this is a real article? San Mateo is.
Yeah, it's the AB7 News. So if you put like hurtful chant directed at 7-year-old, it should come up.
Why is it hurtful? He wants him to hit the ball to China.
Now, of course, that's what you would say, but yeah, exactly. Like to me, it doesn't seem. Am I crazy?
It'd be like if somebody said to me when I was a kid, "Hit the ball to Ireland, you white fuck." I would be like, "Well, all right, cool, man. I'm gonna do it."
It doesn't make sense.
we're
You
definitely-
dig to China.
Hurtful chant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, this is a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If I see this phrase, this fucking teachable moment phrase one
yeah.
more goddamn time,
Of
that's
course,
good,
it's
Bob.
in
Thanks, buddy.
California, you guys.
Oh,
A
yeah.
father who requested only his first name of Webb be used took a video of his son's first Little League game. Little baseball game in San Mateo on Sunday. I was recording him because my son was over the moon about joining a baseball team. Sure, they all are.
Yeah.
It's his first time playing baseball, and I wanted to record or whatever. Instead of sharing in his 7-year-old's joyous first appearance at bat in a Little League game, the chants of "hit the ball to China" are clearly heard as the second grader steps up to the plate.
Yeah.
Do we have video? Probably not.
By the way, we have us. I'm currently coaching a team with second graders, and our child is a second grader.
Right.
So yes, that happens all the time. Shit. Yeah, that happens all the time.
Now, and again, it's not that it's hurtful. It's just like crazy. And like, I would never, right? Like,
It's nonsensical.
it just
no one
doesn't.
says that.
No one says it. Like, it's
Pretty common phrase, guys.
It seems fake. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if there's something else
I don't think
they
it's-
could have said that would have been like, all right.
I've heard that. I've heard that my whole life.
I don't think it's racist. He was just like, hit the ball to somewhere far away. China!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
And again, it's California, so we're not talking about. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, China.
really in California,
China's
there's parents that would be like, hit the ball to China.
maybe
I
they were-
just don't fucking buy it.
Maybe the baseball field was facing China, like that way, and the guy was like, "All right, what's the furthest? China." And then he was like, "Ah, fuck."
If
the
there's
kid.
not video of it, like, I don't really believe it.
It sounds like something that like a dad would yell, or maybe even my dad would
Maybe
yell in
one.
a baseball game. What? Well, first off, it wouldn't be a chant. It would just be
No.
like, hit the ball to China. And then like I'd be at bat, like, shut the fuck up, Dad.
Yeah. It'd be one, and that's exactly right. Like,
It's just an old dad thing.
right. Like, we're not, none of us, by the way, it's like all parents just trying to like get things together. There's no like cohesion as far as like, especially with 7-year-olds, there's no like the parents getting together and being like, let's do this chant. Yeah. Good. Let's do it. I don't believe it. Do you know what I mean?
I do believe it. That phrase is really common,
Super common,
and
yeah.
it's been. I've heard it my whole life.
It's also it's like a la. Remember that Halloween, that story around Halloween that we told of like it was like around when they were saying that like the world is everyone's racist, and it was like family and neighborhood dressed their baby up as Hitler. It's like, no, they didn't.
Right.
No, they fucking didn't. Like, it didn't happen.
I did find an antiquated racist term for Chinese home run.
Okay. Now here we
What do
go.
you got? What do you got, Bob?
A Chinese home run, also a Chinese homer, a Harlem home run, polo home run, or Pekingese poke.
Ooh, a Pekingese poke.
Yeah.
Is
I
a
like that.
derogatory and archaic baseball term for a hit that just barely clears the outfield fence at its closest distance to home plate. So
Great.
essentially, it's the shortest home run
Is a
possible.
So-
Chinese home run?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a Chinese home run.
So again,
Love it.
Put 2 to 2 and get
Now we're getting somewhere.
phrase as old as time.
Yeah,
But
so,
now we're getting somewhere. There's so many layers. It's short. They can't play baseball. All these things, right? Although they can.
They can play.
No, it's
Ohtani
essentially-
is the
it's
best
short.
player.
It's what?
An Asian person's short. The home
Yes.
run is short.
So it's short.
So it's short.
Is Ohtani Japanese or Chinese?
He's Japanese.
No.
Chinese don't really play baseball.
Not
Chinese
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
not huge there.
It's not.
I mean, they field teams, and so does Taiwan for like the World Baseball Classic, but they don't typically.
So when you're saying not huge there, are you describing the people or the sport?
China is a large and diverse country.
Okay. Chandler Hobson is saying, my son played in the World Series in Eagle Pass, Texas. The field backed up to the Rio Grande. We said, hit the ball to Mexico. Don't see a problem there.
That makes sense.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
hit
someone
it
would
to
be like,
Mexico.
hit the ball to
Mexico.
Timbuktu, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right? I don't.
It's
But
not,
again, it's the same thing with the baby Hitler. Like, it didn't happen. Not in the way that you're saying. Like, exactly. One fucking redneck from Bakersfield or whatever said it.
you just can't yell China.
It's hard to yell that,
You
right?
just can't say China.
I don't really
Yeah,
give a
yeah.
fuck anymore.
Yeah.
For real. Hit the ball to Wuhan.
I mean, look, now
I'll say
there we
that.
go.
We have a game on
then
Saturday.
You go, oh, okay.
I have a game on Saturday.
And
I'll
by
say
the
it
way,
then.
I think they were being like, and as tone deaf as they may be or whatever it is, I think they were being playful and fun, maybe.
They're just saying
if I was going to say anything, they
Yeah.
weren't being hurtful.
Next time, just yell hit the ball a long way.
Yeah.
All right.
Craigers is saying, what up, y'all? We love you guys. Timmy D was saying some nonsense earlier that it breezed by. I don't know.
What?
I don't know what it was. I don't have it on here, and that's the thing.
Was it, next time yell return to sender, problem solved?
Oh, yes. There you go. Yeah. Is that it?
Return to,
Yeah, I didn't understand it. That's the thing.
Bob?
Return to sender. I'm assuming.
Timmy D's saying next time yell return to sender.
I'm assuming he's saying that the child was sent from China.
Got it.
And then, yeah. Or
Got
the
it.
ball. I don't.
Hit
is
it back.
the ball made in China?
What you do, you hit it back to the factory, which is a long way away. It's very unlikely the factory is next to the
Yeah.
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 Timmy D, it's not as if I was ignoring you. I just don't understand the quote.
Sorry, Timmy
I don't
D.
understand the phrase. But that's me. That's my problem, I guess. Now, hit the
Boston
ball to
joke.
China. Everybody's been saying that forever.
Streaming is not the arts.
By the way, I was wrong about
Meryl Streep.
I was wrong about the home run being short for the Chinese
Okay,
home
what
run.
is it?
I should have read to the second paragraph on Wikipedia. I apologize. It has to do with the fact that the home run was of minimum adequacy, essentially.
Okay, so I was right.
And so Chinese immigrants at the time were just the worst laborers according to white
I was
people.
right.
Yeah.
You racist?
I know.
No, I'm
So-
just joking.
Bob.
But no, we were both being super racist, but we were like, we got it wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody report Bobby to the union head. He's being racist in front of the union guys. I don't like it. Bobby Three Sticks.
Now that's Italian.
Is it?
Yes.
It's not. I don't
Now
I don't
you've
know
got
what
an
it is.
Italian. I mean, Italian American, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is. I don't even fucking care.
Yeah.
By the way, Johnny Depp is back. Do you know that?
And by back.
Saw him in a commercial last night, and he looked great.
For what? Sauvage?
Something. Yeah.
That shit is old, dude. What are you talking about?
Why are they playing it? I mean, they were playing it in primetime last night. I was like, holy shit.
Because they probably spent a lot of money for it. That commercial for Sauvage where he's like in the desert.
Yeah, just doing cool
it's
shit.
very old. They've been playing it throughout his whole debacle, everything. Because they're getting their money's worth. I'm sure they paid a lot of money for Johnny Depp to do.
Well, he's doing press for something. Like he's out there right now. So he was talking about no one is safe from cancel culture yesterday. So I didn't know if they were getting him out in more commercials and shit because he's got movies coming out or whatever.
No. Sauvage is a classic.
Well, I'll just
It's a
read what
vintage.
he said yesterday. No one is safe from cancel culture. It takes one sentence and there's no more ground. The carpet has been pulled. It's not just me this has happened to. It's happened to a lot of people. So that's my Johnny Depp.
It's good.
It's not bad.
No, it's good.
It's off the cuff. I've never done a Johnny
really
Depp.
good.
I feel pretty good about it. He was at the San Sebastian Film Festival, where he was presented with an award yesterday. So, just for being Johnny Depp.
Okay.
It's a career. It's a
career thing.
It's a career award. You know? My prediction with Johnny the Deppster, Johann Depp, if you will, I think he'll be back. I actually thought both of those little fucks were crazy, and like it didn't really bother me either way.
Yeah.
I didn't really see the harm in it, and like I mean, she's shit in the bed, so like yeah, you know.
It was the dog
canceled.
or what?
She didn't get canceled for
She
shit in
didn't
the
get
bed.
canceled.
No, she's
No.
doing more than ever.
Yeah.
And she didn't even donate any of that money to charity either. She's getting sued for that now. Behind the
Nobody
scenes,
does,
behind the
though.
scenes, by the way, she's a horrific person. So like, none of that shocked me whatsoever. Just saying.
Sure. Yeah. I'm sure he will. I mean, all he needs, you know, as opposed to Amber Heard or anyone else that kind of like doesn't get to come back, is that he is actually insanely talented. So
Yeah.
it really is the great equalizer or the great
Yes,
like
100%.
anti-canceler, right? Which is like, you know, Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
She sucked, so she could never fucking come back, right? Robert Downey Jr., Johnny Depp, like these guys will be able to, if they pick it right, if they do the right thing next,
Yeah.
they will be back immediately.
But the problem is with Johnny Depp, he's going to run into the same thing that Nick Cage did. Was you can't just do cool
that's what I'm
shit
saying.
because you need so much money to pay for taxes that the cool like smaller roles don't pay anything, and it's like, hey, you can't just roll
Not
up to
a
an
cool,
indie.
smaller role, but like the Whitey Bulger thing.
Correct.
Like that was something
You don't make that much money for that.
you don't, but
He's got taxes to pay, Javes. He's gonna be going back to Friday the 13th. Wasn't that his original shit? That was his big break, right? Friday the 13th, or was it? I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, look up Johnny Depp Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that was it. I think that was his break. Yeah. Yes. So they're trying to revive that fucking franchise right now.
Wasn't he on like a teen
Called-
TV show as well?
Oh yeah, dude. 21 Jump Street, but they already did that.
Oh,
they already remade that, and he was in it. He made a cameo. It was Jonah Hill and what's his dick?
How about Rum Diaries 2?
Chandler.
with the two of them,
No.
now I would watch that.
But the, like all the the cool shit though doesn't pay any money. So like you got to do. He's got to come back as some fucking Marvel bullshit.
Well, he was in a franchise who got kicked out.
yeah, I know.
in Fantastic
that's
Beasts.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
but he'll be.
Grindelwald.
I think once all the evidence came out though, because at that point she was showing some blood and some other shit, literally.
What?
Remember, she was taking pictures and put them on TMZ that she was beaten and everything else, and it turned out like there was other footage of her like smashing wine bottles and trying to stab him.
She cut his finger off.
Yeah, she cut his whole
Yeah.
fucking finger off, dude.
Yeah.
So like, I think now that the real story's out there, I think he'll be able to come back and be fine. The only problem is when you have to pay for that much shit tax-wise, the cool movies don't fucking pay that. He's gonna have to do some bullshit Marvel thing, and that's gonna be that. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure he'll be rad, and he could turn it around like Robert Downey Jr. being
Yes,
Iron
if
Man.
you are talented, whether it's musician,
Yeah.
actor, whatever, if you are talented, you make the right next move. People do forget.
Yeah, they'll forget easily.
Depending.
Same thing I said about Morgan Wallen. I was like, dude, if this next album is all bangers across the board, no one will give a shit. No one.
I contest that no one does give a shit.
No, I same here. But I'm
okay.
saying, like, if you really want to beat all of it, just
Right.
put out the best album ever, and no one will care. Like, literally, no one will care.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Even-
it has to be.
It's gotta
That's
be.
a lot of pressure on Morgan Wallen.
Exactly.
100%.
He's sitting there in the studio all
I
night
know.
long, like trying to figure out the drums right. He's like, if it
Yeah.
doesn't slap,
Yeah.
right.
I'm dead.
And he's probably like, he's also probably like the pressure of like, can I say that? Is that too, right?
Yeah.
Like when you've been canceled like that, I'm sure like every Instagram post, anything you say, any word you write is like, is that,
Yeah.
is that, am
Yeah,
I
yeah,
bad?
yeah,
And do
yeah.
I know?
That's why he can't touch anything. Every song needs to be about blue jeans and pickup trucks.
Sure. Don't,
and dip
yeah,
and whiskey.
don't try and veer from anything.
Don't mention the troops once,
No.
anything like that.
No,
Yeah.
don't support anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing. Like don't support anything.
No.
Don't not support it, like literally just be
I
a little country
support
robot.
the red, white, and blue.
Yeah, no. Don't
Even
support
that-
it.
even
Don't
that-
support it.
you-
Don't support
No,
it. Yeah.
all you can like is cold beer, sunsets, blue jeans.
Yep.
all
Don't
that.
even
And-
pick a side on like the
Yeah.
truck battle. Like,
Yeah.
don't be like,
Oh yeah. Don't even
Right,
say
yeah.
Ford or
Someone will dig up Henry Ford's history
Yep.
with different
exactly, exactly.
Oh, you're a
Even the
Ford
beer,
guy,
like
you
be
pussy.
careful of like Bush, Anheuser, like just
Yeah.
don't do anything.
You can't name the beer.
You can't say anything.
Yeah.
I want a cold yellow beer.
No.
Oh, that's Chinese. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
it's like, we're making fun of Chinese.
I know.
No, it's not Chinese beer. It's
No,
just
Morgan.
yellow. This is
Morgan.
the color of the beer.
Morgan, we told you.
Yeah.
It's just a generic beer, a generic truck,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No brand of boot, right? And sucking dick.
Yeah.
And that's it. Sucking your buddy's dick,
Yeah.
drinking beer, nondescript.
Yeah.
That's
Nondescript
it,
beer.
buddy. Just
Yeah.
like don't have an opinion about anything. You got it?
Somebody in the chat was saying the Lone Ranger. I forgot both of them have been canceled now.
The Lone Ranger.
Yeah, Johnny Depp and Army Hammer.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He's eating girls. I forgot he's gone. He's all done. Like that just kind of got. Everybody just forgot about
Well,
him.
Yeah.
Wanting to
I
fucking
think
bite women.
He's rich enough
He is, yeah. So
that
is his
he
family.
can disappear and good for him.
His family is so
I don't think
fucking
he's
rich.
trying to get back into any movie or
No,
spotlight.
No. I think
that
he's,
did not work.
I think
out
he's all done.
well.
I think he's all done. But Depp will be back. And I still contend that Kevin Spacey will be back one day.
There's already talks about that.
Well,
but yeah.
he already signed on for a movie in Italy with a huge director. So yeah, dude.
Is he going to do an accent? You should probably teach him.
Americano.
Maybe you should do a little dialect.
Yeah,
coach.
maybe I will. Reach out, Spacey. I don't want my dick
One
touched. but
last thing we'll leave on.
Go
Well, if
ahead.
we are leaving, I don't know. Up to you.
We're doing whatever we want.
Oh, okay, cool. So Kanye's $57 million cement box.
Yeah. Oh, pull up the
is
picture of this house.
Absolutely
Yeah.
fucking insane.
So Kanye bought a new house in Malibu
doing
on the water.
57.
It is a Japanese architect.
It is a cement townhouse.
Yeah,
Very small.
Pull it up. So he's this Japanese architect is known as a minimalist. Hence, it's all just cement, essentially. If you can find this house, it's so good. There it is.
So there's the front.
There's the front of it. I know where this is, by the way.
Yeah, I mean it's on the PCH. What?
But here's what's shocking to me is the fact that you could just walk up to Kanye's house and just knock on the door. But yeah,
Okay, so that's
it. That
It.
looks like a basic townhouse.
This looks like a building from that last scene of Inception.
Yes, that's exactly what it looks like.
Yes.
And that was $57 million he
50?
spent on that. I don't even know how many square feet that is.
It looks like
The house is,
Very
wait.
small.
Did you see that? The house is designed to look like a military bunker.
good
Oh,
job.
that's great.
Good
Soviet
job.
chic. It's 4,000 square feet.
Really?
Yeah, so
that's
it's pretty
deceptive.
big. Yeah.
Very deceptive.
It's very deceptive. But when you design it like that,
like,
you don't really
With
know.
57 million.
My God, man. And it's just all cement. That's fucking insane. I didn't actually get to see the inside of it. Look at that. You can just walk out into the ocean. There's probably a glass thing there, partition, but whatever, man. $57 million. It's crazy. That's what
What
happens
are
when you drop a
we-
hit album. Who cares?
It's not even that. It's the 57 million
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. Stupid.
is
Stupid.
What are we doing? When you're talking about Malibu, right? Like
Yeah.
you're never going to
Go get Steven Dorff's house.
but you're never
in
going to
Malibu if you're
go
gonna do it.
out. Exactly. Like you're never going to go out onto the sand, right? I mean, so get something on the fucking hill and like that.
You could go out on the sand if you wanted to. There's
I'm just
plenty
saying,
of properties.
He's not going to.
No shit.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no, he's not going to feel.
I don't even know if
that
he'll-
sand or water ever.
Ever be in there because I know where that is. It's unprotected. Any stranger could walk down the PCH and just go and knock on Kanye's door. There's no gates there. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what I find odd about it. It almost seems like he just bought it just to do it.
For reference, this house in Malibu
Yep.
on the water
Yeah.
is only $65 million.
I mean, why not just spend the extra
That's
$8
what I'm
and get
saying.
that?
Or like, there's houses on that PCH that have a little bit of a yard. They have like,
Oh, yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. So I don't.
They're not
who
right
knows?
on top of another house. Like his neighbors can look straight in on his bullshit.
It could be part of the bit. You ever think that? That it's just all part of just an elaborate bit where you're just like, yeah, I'm going to do this and that's it.
Like this one's $23 million.
Yeah,
Like, what are we doing? I mean,
DiCaprio just bought one, I think for 16 or 17.
Right?
Like, you're fine. Even in that, like that price range in Malibu, especially because everybody's getting the fuck out of California, 8 or 9, you can be on the sand, I think.
You would never stay there because I don't know if anyone's driven the PCH, but you cannot get out of that
Oh my God,
driveway.
you're gonna die. There's so many people that have died on there.
You literally cannot get out.
No.
Like you just can't.
People are going 90 and it's fucking crazy. There's
Either
so many deaths.
90
That's where Caitlyn Jenner killed someone.
Yeah, either 90 or you like traffic or whatever. Like you literally cannot back out of there.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. When was it Caitlyn Jenner or was it Bruce who killed that person?
He was Bruce at the time.
He was Bruce at the time.
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah.
Perfect crime.
Yeah, perfect
The
crime.
perfect crime.
Because then you can just walk
It's
away
very
from it,
dead
right?
zone.
Yeah. Then you just walk away, just lop off my ding dong, and congratulations.
All right,
I'm a new person.
Dan's standing up. That means we gotta.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think he's standing up to stretch. I think he's.
Yeah, but
he does
there's
too many
subtle-
squats.
Yeah, this,
No,
is,
there
this
are-
is his union stretch time.
Yeah,
Is it?
there's subtle little things that Dan does when it's like we have we
Yeah.
have another show.
Sure.
You guys are literally talking for
Don't
2
care.
hours.
I don't care.
I'm just telling you.
care.
You could care or not care.
I work on Ross's time and not my own.
Yes. Yeah. Because you're union. You know, you. No, you're not union.
We're not union.
You're not union. It's the Ross union, so we can do whatever we want. You know. I think today's a light day, right? Oh no, you guys have softcore tonight because you're getting in the car tomorrow. By the way, we will all be in Nashville for the entire weekend. So Tailgate Legends will be filming at Vanderbilt Stadium. I don't know the name of it. I bought the tickets. I sent them to you last night, by the way, Dan.
Got him.
Got him. Okay. So Delco Dan will be there. Boston Joe, Eric Tanzi, Lasro Lopez will be there. Marcus will be there, and they'll be tailgating. The game I think is 11. I think the tailgate starts at 8 or 9. Not sure. Ask these guys, but they will be there for Georgia Vanderbilt. Tickets are super fucking cheap. So if you're in the Nashville area, you just go to drinkerbrostickets.com. There's like $10 cheaper than StubHub. It's $50 if you want to sit with like Lasro Lopez and all the fellas.
That's where it's fun though, you guys.
It's fun. 1, 2, that stadium, there is no levels. So like you'll be able to walk around and go to the front row if you want, or the last, do whatever you want.
That game's going to be over by the first quarter.
Oh, dude, it's going to be a blowout. The spread is 35.5.
It's also going to be all Georgia fans.
Yeah.
It's going to be
will
a big party.
But it is going to be beautiful in Nashville that day. I think it's like 75 degrees or something.
Whole weekend is.
A whole weekend, dude. So it's going to be amazing. And then the following day, we will all be at the Tennessee Titans game against the Colts. It's the fucking hardest goddamn ticket to come by because of that stupid fucking festival, dude. Jesus Christ. So we'll all be there, but probably scattered throughout the stadium because there's some music festival and everybody's buying tickets for this game just because they're there. It's not that great of a game. It's just Colts. And we're just going because we're there, but we're there for a different reason. But we will be doing a live show from that tailgate. Look for a Drinkin' Bros tent at the Vandy game and at the Titans game. That's where to find us. It'll be very prominent in the parking lot. Come rage. We will party with you guys and have a fucking blast. So we'll be in Nashville Saturday, Sunday, and then we've got the Kid Rock event with Rob O'Neill and those guys on Monday. So, and then I know we're going to Leatherwood Bar to record the sports show on Tuesday. So if
During
you're
the day?
during the day, yeah. I believe start time for that will be probably sharp noon Central. Simply because we have a flight at, I think, 2:55 or 3 o'clock that day or something like that. So that's where we'll
That
be.
sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
But when
Here's
are
what I like
we-
to do is drink and then go on to the flight.
No,
Like,
I know, but
Get out of there.
okay.
When are we what?
When are we hanging out? If it starts at noon.
We'll get there early. We'll get there beforehand.
Yeah, a little
hour.
black coffee, a little Irish coffee.
we did last
Love
year,
A little
yeah.
rum.
I'm fine with it. I'm just saying,
That's what we
like,
did last year.
Papa G doesn't sleep. Some people we don't talk about who gives him things. You know,
Yeah.
it's fine. I drive a large SUV and possibly scare Jason. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
no big deal.
No big deal. So yeah, we'll be there for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, whatever it is. Nashville, Tennessee. So if you're in the area and want to pop on by, I know Bill Schofield's coming down. Yandy Man's lives there, so he's going to be there.
Oh yeah, that's
The
right.
Yandy Man will be there. And
Handyman can.
yeah, all of this. I think, probably 15 or 20 people in this chat will be there, to be honest with you. So pop on down. We'll be there the entire weekend. You can meet everybody. Last Row Lopez will be at all of the games, doing all of the things like that. And if you want to get caught up in that madness, God bless. You know, that'll be a fun time for sure. Jabes, look beautiful today.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You do.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you. Way to end the week. You finished strong this week. Okay.
What do you mean? I started strong.
Real proud of you. Did you?
Yeah,
Did
with
you?
the crime show. It was awesome, and everyone loved it.
That was your week.
Yeah.
It's been your week this week.
Yeah.
It really has been.
Yeah.
Please go to iTunes, rate the show 5-star and leave a quick review. That's all they fucking care about is the goddamn advertisers and all that shit. Just do it. I know you have an Android or whatever the fuck you have in this world. Just steal an iPhone and do it. Thank you very much. It means a lot. Just rate the show. Just go to Ross Patterson Revolution on iTunes, rate it 5-star and leave a review. That's it. Jabes,
Yes.
go get prepared for the journey this weekend. I will do another show. We'll see you for fake news on this channel this afternoon. We're 26 people away from 89,000 subscribers. What we're going to do when we reach 100 is a listener sent in a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle, and we are going to make mixed drinks with it if we get to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Nothing like putting a $1,500 bottle of whiskey in some Diet Coke and some whiskey sours
Yeah.
for everyone.
Can we also get strippers?
Do you want a stripper?
What?
Yeah.
I'll get you a stripper for the 100. Okay,
Literally the only person here that would want a stripper, I think, would be Giorgio.
probably.
Like everyone else would be
I'll
like,
get you a stripper. We'll get you a
Cool.
personal stripper.
I don't want her to strip. I just want her to hang out.
To hang out, yeah.
Yeah,
Here's what I'll do. I'll call and get the stripper and say, hey, yes, you can wear the fucking bathing suit or whatever it is, but just know you don't have to take it off. Like, he just wants to hang and just chat. We'll put her back behind the desk and say, look, you have to be on air, and that's the deal, and then you can leave after like an hour and a half. If you find Giorgio attractive and want to touch his penis, that's on you. But I'm not paying extra for it, okay? I'm not. Boston Joe's asking, will the Hard AF Seltzer be there? No. So it is being canned on October 25th, and I believe it ships November 1st. So we're getting real close. Shit. God damn, that's really quick. I should probably send some emails. Do some work. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Chavels. I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Buenos tardes, everyone.
good afternoon.